It's showtime. Day 32, day 32. Woohoo! And I worked on my sound all day long. Thank you, Ozzy, for helping me. I called Ozzy. He's in Florida, and he helped me. Ozzy's my sound guy. Yeah, how y'all doing? It is day 32, day 32, day 32. Who knew, who knew? That's all right. We are all in this together, aren't we? So much so. Here we are in California. Sending out love to everybody. Let's see, it's morning time in Australia. New Zealand, hello. It's evening time in Europe. Getting ready to go to bed. Europe and Scotland and Ireland, Northern Ireland, England. Then, of course, we got Canada on the East Coast at supper time there. I love hearing that a lot of you cook, make dinner for your families, listening to me, I hope. And, oh, did you notice who's wearing the T-shirt? If you don't have a T-shirt, stay at home T-shirts, that's what these are. On the back it says Monday, stay at home. Tuesday, stay at home. Wednesday, stay at home. Yep. So if you want one, go to melissaaetheridge.com. Look up the merchandise, T-shirts, right there. Absolutely, I have mine. Where are yours? Yeah. Here's a song from This Is Me. I like that album. Got to work with a wonderful producer named John Levine. And John Levine was like a lot of producers, okay? He spent a lot of time in the studio, days and days and days and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, just long time. And he, I would notice when I'd work with him, I would go home, I would always make sure I have to go home for dinner. And he was a nice-looking, youngish man, single, right? And I was like, why aren't you seeing anybody? And he was, well, I don't have time. He was always, going home alone and being alone. And so he inspired me to write this song. I kind of wrote it about him, for him. And we both had a huge love of Bruce Springsteen. So this was our Bruce Springsteen song, and if you listen to the album, you'll hear it's got glockenspiel and everything. It was our ode to Springsteen, and I just really loved doing it. And I realized as I was working on it today for you all that it may definitely apply to many of you, and I should do it I should sing the song on the day that the stay-at-home order is lifted, because then you won't be alone tonight, All right. I'm gonna put my boots on, pull back my hair. There's a heartbreak in the night, but I don't care. Got to find me an angel, one that's just a little mean, eating cheap sunglasses and low-rise jeans, yeah. I've had enough of a scuffed-up wall. I'm breaking out tonight, that's all. Don't owe nobody money as far as I can recall. Come on. I won't be alone tonight. The darkness will end and I won't be alone tonight. Oh, there's a billion stars out in the sky, and I won't be alone tonight. Talking to the mirror, working up my nerve. I say you've had much more of this than you deserve. Lift up my head, I gotta take a little chance. I'm gonna meet a tonight. I won't be alone tonight. The darkness will end and I won't be alone tonight. There's a billion stars out in an endless sky, and I won't be alone tonight. Come on. Yay, and it sounds good, doesn't it? Worked on it. Thank you, Ozzy. Oh. Yeah, so today I thought I would, since the show has been just a constant evolution of sound and music and internet. Since we're one by one getting those things better and better each time, I thought I'd go back, and last week we just had an internet just disaster. It just kept cutting out and freezing for all of you, so I thought I would, just pick up some of those songs along the way in case you're keeping them or in case it was your request or your favorite song and it got messed up. So I'm going to do Suede again. Suede is from the newest album from The Medicine Show. And if you remember last week, I described how it was about remembering an old relationship and how comparing it with tactile, fabric, and how leather can be kind of sharp and hard, and how now in my lovely relationship that I have now, it feels like suede. So that's what the song Suede is about, and it goes like this. I never understood your skin, sharp and hard like leather, never ever broken in, discarded on the path of your perfection. I learned that beauty lies in the eyes of the deception. Fingers like a silver chain, soft around my neck. Can I ever trust again? Lying in the path of your destruction, sifting through the rubble for the ghost of your seduction. Just like the marks on my guitar, just like the scratches on my heart, some things ain't ever gonna fade. I'll never get back all those years. Now I'm taking back those tears. Tonight I'm falling into suede. Oh yeah. Deep in the night I see my fear. If I try to touch them, they only disappear. The needle and the thread, just a temporary mend. Days and days I'll never put together again. Just like the marks on my guitar, just like the scratches on my heart, Some things ain't ever gonna fade. I'll never get back all those years. Now I'm taking back those tears. Tonight I'm falling into sway. Oh, all the smoke, all the wine, the stains deep in my mind. Yeah, I am fringing the breeze, all the tears like denim on my knees. Just like the marks on my guitar, just like the scratches on my heart. Some things ain't ever, ever gonna fade. Oh, no. I'll never get back all those years. Now I'm taking back those tears. Tonight I'm falling into sway. Just like the marks on my guitar, just like the scratches on my heart. Some things ain't ever, ever gonna fade. I will never get back all those years, but now I'm taking back those tears. Tonight I'm falling into sway. Tonight I'm falling into sway. Oh, yay, yay. Oh, and also, today is April 16th. April 16th. You know what that means. That means I'm doing a song again. I did this a few weeks ago when we first moved into this room. And, gosh, it was about day 10 or something. And I remember thinking, I wonder if we're actually going to be still doing this on April 16th. And we are. So, it's time to, oh, don't want to forget the harmonica. Yeah. Gonna do, this is one of my favorite songs. Did I tell you, I might not have told you the Bono story when I did this. I don't think I did. So I was recording the second album at A&M. It was called A&M Studios. It's called Henson Studios now, but it was called A&M Studios. It's where A&M Records was in Hollywood. And it was a pretty busy studio. It was a very famous studio. And at the time, I was making this record. I'm not kidding you. I was in Studio I was in A, Studio A. In Studio B was Don Henley. In Studio D was Bruce Springsteen, and in Studio C was U2. They were mixing Rattle and Hum, I believe, something like that. And they would, every now and then, they would drop in to this little kind of Unknown Girls album. Don Henley brought me in to sing on his record. I say, you can barely hear me. I'm singing on Gimme What You Got on the End of the Innocence album with Edie Brickell. He kind of mixed our voices together. And Bono would come in, and he would just come in and stand right back in the back of the studio, and I wouldn't even know he was there. He would just come in and listen. And they would tell me, they would say, Bono was in here. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I finally got up the nerve to say, hey, will you do something on the album? And I knew he had just done, the song Desire. He had just done that, so I knew he played the harmonica. And I was going to lay the harmonica track down on the song. We had tracked this song, Royal Station. And I said, well, maybe he'll play harmonica. And so he said yes. And he came in, and the way that he would record his vocals or harmonica was pretty unusual. Usually you go into the vocal booth. It's a separate booth off the side of the studio, off the side of the main control room, and you'd put headphones on. You've seen people do that, and they're singing on you know, the vocals. But he would take just a regular, like a stage mic, and he'd put it in the back of the control room, and he'd have the speakers on kind of low, and he would sing to it just like he was live. He didn't like wearing the headphones when he sang. And so he did the same thing with the harmonica. So I basically stood next to him as he played this part. So that's him on Royal Station playing the harmonica. And I've always thought that was pretty cool that I got Bono to play. The end. All right. Gotta turn this back on. Yeah. A little Royal Station 416. You know, it was April 16th when I wrote the song. In Newcastle, England. Well, it's so hard to listen to these trains. And outside my window, here it comes again. And it's calling me, begging me, follow me down the track. And it moans so dark and low, baby ain't coming back. I refuse to believe it could happen to me and you. But it's a long song and it's hard and it's true. Come on, I got this whiskey, yeah, ought to take care of my lips. Yeah, I got these long, cool steel strings, baby, at my fingertips. I ain't got nothing to soothe my aching soul, yeah. Except this screeching and screaming iron, baby, to tell me where I ought to go. I refuse to believe it could happen to me and you. But it's lonesome and it's hard and it's true. And it sounds like crying, and I just down below. Why your love is so sweet and wild, baby, that's something I'll never know. Sinking and dying slow, and I watch from my window, touching the cold glass sky, as the train rolls down the track. I say goodbye. Bye bye, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look it. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh. Thank you very much. Got to dance with my wife. That's fun. Woo. fun is that? Huh? Fun. Oh, right. Remind me to turn it back on. Okay. You know, I'm my own sound person. Miss you, Ozzy. Ah, that was fun. See, I get to do that. It was April 16th. My goodness, that was 1988. So that was 32 years ago. I know, 32 years ago I wrote that song. 32. And it's day 32. The synchronicity. Right? 32 years ago. You know, if you're into numbers. I meant to do a shout out to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's in the house. Zimbabwe. Someday I'll make it that way. Someday I'll get there. I would love to tour. I would love to get out of the house actually right now. But then after that, I would love to get to Zimbabwe. Yes, we're going to all be doing those sort of. Remember places? My daughter came downstairs the other day and said, "Remember places?" Yes, but yeah, no, it's going to be okay. Zimbabwe. You know who else? Turkey is in the house too. Hello, Turkey, and Belgium, and all you wonderful places that I can't wait to get back to. Actually, I've never been to Turkey or Greece. Why haven't I toured there? So many places need to get to. There's so much of life to do. I had so many requests for this next song. And, I actually wrote this in Europe, this song. It was right after 9/11. And what was I doing over in Europe? I think I was just touring. And I was making the Lucky album. And I remember I wanted to write a song about 9/11. I wanted to write a song about, just to kind of put it down as an artist would in history, And I remember of all the stories that came out, of course, of that tragic day. That morning, I remember waking up in Dallas, Texas. I was going to do a show that night, and then fly home the next day. But there were no flights, so I ended up hopping onto my crew bus and coming back to Los Angeles. It was very different. Things weren't quite the same after that. But hearing all the stories, and of course was just like everyone else inspired by the story of Flight 93, where the heroes on that flight all came together to stop the hijackers from ramming the plane into what everyone thought would be the Capitol building, but instead they all perished in a field, and they brought the plane down. And as the story started coming out, the story of Mark Bingham, a wonderful gay man, rugby player, big, strong, proud gay man, was one of the heroes, one of the four, that said, "Come on, let's roll." And I started to notice, this is, 2001, I started to notice that the stories, one by one, kept leaving out the fact that he was gay, kept leaving out, that story. And I wanted to make sure that got told. I wanted to make sure that the world remembered not only Mark Bingham, but his life and how we as a gay community had a hero. We had a hero, bona fide hero, coming out of 9/11. So I wrote this song. I'm going. I wrote this song to a loop first. And the loop was of an artist named Ella Jenkins. You can hear her. And she sings, "Up and down this road I go, skipping and a dodging, skipping and a dodging. Up and down this road I go, skipping and a dodging, to the 44. Now, that little piece of music, that piece of her that we sampled, is from a civil rights song. She was a civil rights singer, an amazing woman out of Illinois, close to Chicago. And it had the feeling of it, this civil rights feeling of, skipping and a dodging the 44, and what they were going through in the South at the time of the civil rights movement in the 60s. And I wanted to marry those two things to kind of understand that the LGBT civil rights were as deep and meaningful. So that's why you have up and down this road I go, skipping and a dodging, skipping and a dodging. Up and down this road I go, skipping and a dodging from a 44. 10:03 on a Tuesday morning, in the fall of an American dream. A man is doing what he knows is right on flight 93. He loved his mom and he loved his dad. He loved his home and he loved his man. But on that bloody Tuesday morning, he died an American. Now you cannot change this, and you can't erase this. You can't pretend this is not the truth. And down this road I go, skipping and down, skipping and down. And down this road I go, skipping and down from a 44. Even though he could not marry or teach your children in our schools, because who he wants to love is breaking your God's rules. He stood up on a Tuesday morning, in the terror he was brave, and he made his choice, and without a doubt 100 lives he must have saved. Now you cannot change this, and you can't erase this. You can't pretend this is not the truth. And the things you take for granted, your inalienable rights, deny him, even though he gave his life. Can you live with yourself in the land of the free and make him less of a hero than the other three? Oh, it might begin to change you in a field in Pennsylvania. You cannot change this, and you can't erase this. You can't pretend this is not the truth. Stand up, America. Hear the bell now as it tolls. Wake up, America. It's Tuesday morning. Come on, let's roll. There you go. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm still working on all of your requests, getting them all done. Day 32, we can do this. We're staying at home. We're getting through it. We will remember it forever. I will someday be in your town, on your stage, singing in front of you, and I look forward to that. I'm going to turn the... So you guys, take care, be strong, speak true, spread the peace, choose only love. It's a choice every day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind up here, think kind thoughts. Just lots of love to you, okay? Get your t-shirt. Check out the GoFundMe for my band and crew. It's all kinds of things. After it's over, I always say, oh, I meant to tell you that, and I always forget. So maybe I'll write them down. Maybe not. But I'll be here tomorrow. Sunday's piano day, you know that. Tomorrow, Friday, I don't know, we could rock. Who knows what could... It's starting to get crazy now. We're in the 30s days. It could get crazy. I love you. I love you. Be well.